Hi, I'm Adam Yenser, and welcome to the Canceled News. That's canceled with 2 L's, just like Nikki Haley has in the primaries so far. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Right now, despite all my efforts, I only have 8,170 subscribers. Or as Nikki Haley calls it, good enough to keep going. And come see me live. I'll be headlining the Arbor Comedy Showcase in Michigan, February 8th to 10th, and hosting for Dave Landau at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas, February 12th to 15th. Now here's what's in the news. Donald Trump won the New Hampshire Republican primary on Tuesday with 55% of the vote, but Nikki Haley vowed to stay in the race. Personally, I hope she stays in for all the primaries, so long as Trump says bullshit on live TV every single time.
I find in life you can't let people get away with bullshit, okay? You can't.
91-year-old John Williams became the oldest Oscar nominee ever for Best Score, while 83-year-old Al Pacino recently became the oldest Oscar nominee ever to score. In an email to all employees, the parent company of Sports Illustrated announced that much like transgender cover model Kim Petras, they're making some cuts. Specifically, they're laying off the entire staff. Apparently, they couldn't afford to stay in business now that Martha Stewart is giving her thirst traps away for free. A fire at an art gallery in Seattle destroyed works by Picasso, Goya, and MC Escher. Curators tried to save the paintings, but unfortunately the fire escape was also designed by Escher. A CVS in Washington, D.C. is closing after it was routinely robbed for months by a group of 45 teenagers. The teens would buy one item, then tie up the cashier with the receipt and take whatever they want. Green Day released Saviors, their first new album in over a decade. The album features 15 new songs and the same 4 chords. A French woman was sentenced to prison for leaving her 9-year-old son to live alone by himself in an apartment for 2 years. The French judge was appalled, saying a 9-year-old can't take care of himself. Why, he's barely old enough for a bottle of wine. But good for him. I just turned 41, and I know American men my age who still haven't lived away from their mom in their own apartment. Haley Davis, a transgender golfer, won a women's semi-pro golf tournament in Florida despite only being a semi-woman. Worst of all, he washed his balls in front of all the other ladies. Now, I know that was a lazy, cheap shot, but transgender golf headlines have a par of 2 ball jokes, so technically I'm still under. Davis now wants to join the LPGA Tour, which would then be rebranded the LPGA BTQIAP+ Tour. But let's be honest, the fact that men are still competing against women like this is absolute
bullshit.
Several original scripts from the show Friends that were found in a trash can are going up for auction. And by several original scripts for Friends, I mean several plagiarized scripts from Living Single. Jim Harbaugh, who just led the Michigan Wolverines to an undefeated season and national championship, is moving to the NFL to coach the Los Angeles Chargers. His assistant, Connor Stalions, is already going to the AFC Championship game next week to start stealing signals. Chinese scientists have developed a new COVID strain that attacks the brain and has a 100% kill rate in lab mice. So 2024 is off to a pretty promising start. A trail cam captured a rare image of one of Malaysia's last remaining wild tigers. Malaysian scientists now hope to capture the tiger so they can eat its penis to increase their virility. A Los Angeles tech company is planning to use AI to make a hologram of Albert Einstein that can deliver lectures to college students. Said Harvard students, "We'll be damned if some Jew is going to lecture us." But seriously, the fact that they couldn't condemn calls for Jewish genocide is absolute
bullshit.
Scientists in Oregon discovered the 29-million-year-old fossilized remains of the oldest insect nest ever found. They also discovered the fossilized remains of Oregon's shops and businesses from before Portland embraced defunding the police. According to European analysts, Vladimir Putin now has a good chance of winning the war in Ukraine, narrowly edging out the Kansas City Chiefs for our canceled news comeback of the week. A Florida woman was caught trying to use a jar of dog urine to pass a court-ordered drug test, which is disgusting. It's only socially acceptable for people to carry around their dog's poop.
Bull.
No, it was dog